Hi, y'all. Hi, 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 hi. So, as you know, I've been really up on this exploiting of children, and a subscriber told me about this video that I'm going to show now with Tonya Tko exposing a YouTuber. Now, this might be triggering to some, so you know, what can I say? So it's one of those videos where you watch and you just have to nod your head and shake your head, literally. Um, okay, we're gonna start it. Let me see if I can pull him up.
Him being aligned with R. Kelly, right? He's positing that he's aligned with R. Kelly, that they share similar depravities. This is him right here. Oh my goodness. We do not have our captions up on the screens. Oh goodness. Listen, let's get our captions up for the people who are hearing impaired. I'm so sorry. When we went on break the last time, one of the screens was closed. And so here we go. That's it right there. So I'm so sorry for the people who are coming in late. We're going to be discussing a person who, from what it is that he describes, his predation that he describes is troubling. And there were a lot of people who sent this video to me. His name is Glendon Cameron. We're going to talk about his platform, what it is that he does, and why we should be concerned. So this is him right there. This is him on the screen. You see he has the wry smile on his face as he is discussing these issues, right? And I want you to hear what it is that he says. I started listening to the video because a lot of people sent this to me. I was like, who is this guy? What is this? What's going on? I made the mistake of listening to this video first thing in the morning when I was waking up, and it disturbed me to my core. It shook my spirit. It shook me. I was disgusted. I was shaking. I was like, this can't be real. I got up in the middle of the night. I ran to my computer. Well, it seemed like the middle of the night because it was still dark, 4 dawn in the morning. And I saved the video because I was like, there's no way he's going to leave this on. But no, this guy is emboldened. He doesn't even
Hi, Miss Wise. Yes, okay, I will let it play through. Okay.
care. This is his breakout into the manosphere. This is let's give some background on who this man is so that you all can get a sense for why we're talking about him and why this is so troubling. All right? Here we go. This man has a channel. This man has a channel. Build, grow, scale, right? So basically, what he does is he has this. Oh my lordy! I need to get the right screen up because there is here. All right. So he has this channel. His first channel is called The Corporate Citizen. He has 104,000 subscribers on there, as you can see right here. 104,000 subscribers. And the types of videos that he makes generally are videos about business, wartime, $10,000 just to talk, the reality, I guess, of speaking gigs and prepping for war. You got to get started. He was making all of these videos. I want you to see. So he was making videos about money and the black community, this, that, and the other. It's
Hi, Christina. Hi, hi, hi.
seems as if he makes his money selling courses about making money, right? Then he came out with another channel, And the other channel is called Savage Finance. So he's talking, the love of money is not the way. Why don't you want to be a millionaire? Look, I just want you to see. I want you to see. When you're flat broke, stop committing financial suicide. When you should stop using your debit card. So he has all of these videos helping people learn about money and finance. And he has these courses that he sells, and he makes his money making these courses, right? Selling his ebook and e-courses and things online and all of this other stuff, right? But then you know that recently people have been making money. Oh, yes, from the manosphere. People have been making money from talking about dating and black women and dating in the black community and dating interracially and all of that, and staying away from women or using women or all of these different topics that have become so popular among men, right? So this guy, Glendon Cameron, got hip to the game, and he decided to make another channel, right? He made another channel by the name of, here we go. It's a new channel. It's a new channel. I want you to take a look at this. He made a channel by the name of The Lost Kings, right? You see it up here. The Lost Kings. And he started his videos 2 weeks ago, right, on this new channel. Now, mind you, this man has been making videos for 12 years. His first channel has 104,000 subscribers on it. The second channel, Savage Finance, has 42,000 subscribers on there. He just made this new channel, right? And the new channel has 1.3 thousand subscribers in there. And I guess he didn't know that people were listening and watching, but I think that's what he wanted. So he decided to broke out the gate. He decided to come out on the scenes and jump onto a viral topic, because we know R. Kelly has been put away for 25 to life, well, 10 to life, but R. Kelly is going to get his sentencing in May. So he jumped on to that story to talk about, look. I could have been a predator. That R. Kelly energy is something. We're gonna click on it in a moment, right? But he decided to come out with some upside down crowns. The first video he did 2 weeks ago, Savages Dating. Savages, the reality of dating is very different than the image of dating. That's what he's coming out talking about these dating things, etc., right? All right. People started alerting me, because even though he only has a 1.3 thousand subscribers, that video got 60,000 views. I don't know if you can see it because it's real small now at this point, but it got 60,000 views. And people started sending me this video. And at first I was like, I don't know who this person is. Who is this? What is this? And then more and more people started sending it to me. So listen, never underestimate the power of bringing your voice together, because people were sending me this story everywhere. If you want to submit stories, go to TonyaTko.com, click on contact. You can send me stories that way, right? And so I said, let me see what all the hoopla is about. I clicked on the video, and I was shook to my core from the first few moments, because I asked the person, I said, well, this is a long video. It's 28 minutes. Where does he get into it? They said he gets into it in 9 minutes. I clicked on it. It was early in the morning, and it started to play. And from the first few minutes, I was like, I don't believe what it is that I'm hearing. It was disgusting and troubling. And we're going to play that for you right now. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to be back in 1 minute, 11 seconds. So if you need to run to the kitchen to grab your popcorn or run to use the bathroom, now is the time. Christmas palette of my makeup collection that's coming out this year. So we were offline talking to each other, getting to know one another. So there are a lot of benefits to being in a text notification squad. It's only $1.99 a month or $22 for the year if you're in the US. The link is in the
I was trying to pass that one, but I can't pass it, because if I pass it too far, we're gonna miss the start of the importance of this video.
description below. So go ahead and sign up, support the channel, support yourself. Thank you so much and welcome back. Now let's jump into this video. Let's jump into this. Please brace yourself. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Okay, trigger warning. Here we go.
What's going on, gentlemen? Tonight is a moment for self-reflection. Matter of fact,
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Press 1 if you can hear it clearly. Press 2 if you can't. I'm sure you can hear it, but I'll play it anyway. But press 1 in case. Otherwise, then I'll try and sort out the sound.
let's shed a little light on this subject. I could have been a predator, and I am a little sympathetic to R. Kelly. I know that sounds really, really crazy, but hear me out. I guess I need to start with what I've done. When I was doing my Craigslist protocols hot and heavy, I would get a ton, a ton of high school girls answering my ads. And typically I ignored them because even though I have a similar appetite to R. Kelly, I like young women, but I don't like children.
All right. I'm going to let the video play, but I just need to set it up for you all. So he's decided to come out with a dating channel. So he's supposedly this high value man making all of this money, and he's giving dating advice now to men. Men who want to learn, men who want to this, men who want to that. He's talking about an ad protocol, and I don't know what this ad was that little girls were answering. You know, high school, we're talking about 14 to 18 is high school. Anyway, let's continue. I don't know what type of ads he had up, but I'll rewind it just a little bit since I did pause that just so we could get back into the convo. Okay?
I ignored them.
Hold on.
A ton of high school girls answering my ads. And typically I ignored them because even though I have a similar appetite to R. Kelly, I like young women, but I don't like children. But this is how a child.
None of it's okay. None of it's okay. I don't even know what to say myself. I'm like, bruh, I'm already getting upset, and they haven't even started properly yet.
Tricked me. Typically, they would be young. There would be lots of signs that this girl was very, very young. And I would just ignore them. Then this one girl, she answered the ad. We started to talk, and she was an exceptionally mature 17-year-old. Let me say this again. This chick was 17. Her conversation was different. She actually was a hairdresser, and she answered my ad, and I fucked her. And oh my God, she had these amazingly firm double D titties. That should have been my clue, because when she would lay on her back, they would stand up, and they were not fake titties. That should have been my clue. But, I was caught up in the delicious pussy, and she did everything I wanted her to do. Then one of the things that I would do is I would do social media search on all my chicks. Just
Trigger warning, everybody. This is going to be very triggering to most people because he goes in great detail of his exploits and all that. It's just a lot, okay?
out of curiosity. So I'm like doing my social media search, and I find her Facebook page, and I see her with her high school friends. And I'm like, oh shit. So I call her up And I asked her because, she told me she was 21. That's what she told me. And I was like, serious question. And at this time, I had fucked this chick 10, 15 times. And you cannot unfuck a chick. You can't.
He manipulated. Not only did he manipulated the young girl, right? The think of the things he must have promised her as well. On top of it, promised her a whole heap of things, gave her loads of gifts. All right, you do this for me, and I do that for you, kind of syndrome. That's what I'm thinking he came off with the young girls, because young girls, some of them, not all of them, like um giving them gifts and then luring them to their houses, etc. He's one of them. So he is an actual groomer as well, really, when you really think about it. And the fact that he's not ashamed to come on camera and talk about it shows he's a serial one, because serial he's yeah, impressionable young women, yes, and he is a sicko too. He's sick. So he lured the girl for whatever reason or whatever, right? Obviously, right, he must have met her on the street, and then after a while, they exchange, and they have the exchange of numbers. This is similar to the Uncle Shug incidents. I don't know whether you've listened to the Uncle Shug video that I put up, where he gave her the number on the side away from the parents and all that. And it could have been the same situation. So this is the same kind of the same situation. Yeah, he said she was 17, so he knew she was a youngster. He knew she was a youngster.
Can't unfuck her. And I was like, I need you to tell me something. How old are you? And then she got very silent and she said, I'll be 18 in 4 months. Then she also said the age of consent in Georgia is 16, so you're good. And I'm like, so she comes over.
But how would she know that age of consent or whatever, when she is not even thinking that? Youngsters don't even be thinking about them things. He's lying anyway. Anyway, we all know he's lying, innit? We all know he's lying.
We have this conversation because she was everything that I liked. I like women who 5'3". She was 5'2". She had huge titties, little waist, fat ass, pretty toes. She was my prototype, even though she was extremely young. And you know what I kept doing? I kept fucking her. Because I was like, at this point, I had fucked her 15 times. And it was just like, the crime was done. So I just kept fucking her from.
He could have threatened her as well and told her whatever, and got her to come back as well. Yeah, exactly. What exactly? True. I was thinking, really, like how he must have told her she needs to come back or whatever. You know, if you don't come back, like I said, he looks like a serial. I don't know, uh, abuser. He's a serial abuser.
She was 17 to 22. And R.
You know what?
Kelly.
I'm sorry. This video is too long for me to let play and then give my commentary. It's too long because by the time we get to the end of the video, we would have already let all of this go by, right? Unbelievable. Something about his story ain't adding up to me. This sounds preposterous to me that a child can trick a grown man. All you have to do is start asking little questions. First of all, you can tell a child from an adult. You really can. No matter how much they try to pretend, you can tell. But this big 50, 55-year-old looking man out there with his predilection for 20-year-olds anyway, and talking about young women, there's something off about him anyway. He says typically, you heard what he said. Typically he would ignore the high school girls, but I guess every once in a while he wouldn't. because these are all his own words. Then he's talking about he effed her and this, that, he'd F. Like, there's no... In talking about intercourse with this girl, right? Because 17 is still a girl. She's not a woman yet. In talking about intercourse with her, the blatant disregard of just calling it effing, and then talking about how the crime was already done. And then she brought up that the age of consent, because him, with his predilection for girls, he didn't know the age of consent in Georgia. He just so happened to be doing a search on Facebook and just happened to see her with her high school friends, but he didn't know any of this. He didn't ask. He didn't know anything about the music that she like. Ask where she was during 9/11. If she says that she was in elementary school or wasn't born, wait, 9/11? Oh shit. 9/11 is 20 years ago. She wasn't even born. So ask where she was during 9/11. If she says, my mother I was just growing teeth, you know that she was too young. What the hell? Oh my God, this is too much. How can a child trick an adult? This is unbelievable. Children and adults are very different. And then he's like, it already been done. I already effed her 15 times, but I bet you if she told you that she was transgender, you would have been turned off. Well, you never really know nowadays. But for a person who is not interested in a thing, a type of thing, if they find out that a person is that thing, they're not going to still be aroused by it. Do you know what I mean? Let's continue going forward. I know some people are going to be upset with my trans reference, but we all know that there are many people who finding out, even with the person having all types of things done, finding out that a person was born a boy would be enough of a turnoff for them. But he's like, well, I've already done it. Anyway, let's continue going forward.
And I are similar, but we're very different. Because I have safeguards. I know when I'm getting out of control. And I kind of ran analysis on this. And she was older. Her parents weren't breathing down her neck. And this is how a lot of young girls end up with older dudes. Their parents are not heavily involved in their lives, where they have the time and the freedom to get away with this stuff. And her parents didn't check her. She'd go out. She'd spend the night out. Her parents were like, she came home alive. Cool. Her parents were not on her. So I didn't have to worry about catching a charge from the parents. And once again, we just kept doing our thing from 17 to 22. I fucked this chick for 5 years. And
wait, what?
I ain't ashamed of it at all.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did he say 5 years? So this grown man was with her on her 18th birthday talking about, happy 18th birthday, darling. Did he say 5 years? I need to rewind that. I don't think I heard what I thought I heard. Hold on. Let me just rewind this just a few seconds.
Her parents were not on her.
So basically, children who are neglected. That's basically what we're talking about, because a 17-year-old child who's able to spend the night out, she's not from a cohesive household. There's some trouble there. So troubled young ladies whose parents are not very involved in their lives. It's like you got to read between the lines. What are the arbitals here? Listen for the arbitals. On my channel, arbitals are RBTLS, reading between the lines. Listen, her parents weren't very involved. She was neglected by her parents. They didn't have the time, or they were not involved, or they themselves had some sort of issues. But let's go forward.
So I didn't have to worry about catching a charge from the parents. And once again, we just kept doing our thing from 17 to 20.
But he says it so casually. Oh, we just kept doing our thing so casually. Like he was comfortable. He was comfortable. This is a streak. Yeah, he is a predator. He is. He was comfortable. That's the thing. He got comfortable. He's a comfortable predator. He's very I don't know, I can't think of the word right now, it'll come to me.
I fucked this chick for 5 years.
But I'm sorry to stop it again. So he did say 5 years, and he's saying I f this chick for 5 years. Not that they had a relationship, nothing. So, and he says I know when I'm getting out of control. So was his ad for like some S&M stuff? And so he said he had safeguards. Did he mean safe words? This is because this apparently this wasn't a romantic relationship. Apparently it was something else.
And I ain't ashamed at it at all. She was willing, she wanted it. And here we come to R. Kelly. R. Kelly is being portrayed as a predator, right? Um, did he hold a gun to these women's heads?
Women.
Years
Oh Lord. They had words. They had safe words because he can call him from wherever he was, or accordingly to what was said or what I heard. He can call him from wherever. They had safe words. Not only that, right? They had Stockholm syndrome as well. A lot of them, and all that. So why, like, a lot of men seems to be comparing themselves to R. Kelly. A lot of them, like this, similar to this man, keeps doing that. There is a few of them online that keeps doing it, you know. So the reason why I don't like he's bringing up R. Kelly as an example.
years ago, back before the internet, I saw the R. Kelly tape. If you remember, there was a VHS tape that was sold around in barbershops, and it was him. It was him. He was peeing on this girl. He was having sex with her. It was 100% him. And this is where R. Kelly went wrong. R. Kelly was a good looking man. R. Kelly had fame. R. Kelly was rich. And he was reckless. See, he has that appetite. And I'm going to try to explain this appetite to you guys who don't have this appetite. Because the normal man doesn't have this appetite. But there is something special about fucking a young girl who's not, doesn't have a lot of miles on her. She doesn't have a lot of experience. I remember this chick, she was 22.
I have to pause it right here because I thought he was going to get into this R word of this 13-year-old child in that tape in 2001. She was she was a child. She had the little nubs on her chest. When I saw that video, I almost vomited. I felt sick to my stomach, sick to my core. I felt disgusted. I wanted to gouge my eyes. It was awful. She was a child and she had a child's body, and the things that were being done to her were sick and depraved. And he's talking about where he went wrong was that he was reckless. No, where he went wrong was in hurting a child, hurting children. Did he have a gun?
Yeah, yeah, Christine. This is going to be very difficult to listen to. So sit down, grab a glass of water if you're near one. If you've got a bottle of water, drink some water because this is going to be a very rough ride, you know. Because I've watched this before and it's very hard to listen to, you know, because people like as even Mr. Vegas's one yesterday had a lot of things in it, you know. There's a lot, and this one has a lot of things that he says in it, the you know how he gets his victim, how he targets them. I mean that little bit he gave away at the beginning is just a touch, but there's a whole lot of stuff what comes. It is going to be very rough, so make sure everybody has water, take a deep breath, um and yeah, let's sail through this, you know what I mean? Because like you have to listen to this because this would only make you wiser for your children, you know, because then at least like we would nip it in the bud if you see it.
to their heads. A 13-year-old child cannot consent. He doesn't need to have a gun. It's still the R word. What is it that this man is not getting? And anybody out there who has this quote unquote, what he's calling an appetite, you have a problem. You're sick. This is sickness. And then he's talking about there's something special about effing a girl. You heard him. I'll rewind it for you. You don't have to worry about me interrupting. You'll hear everything in this.
But there is something special about fucking a young girl who's not, doesn't have a lot of miles on her.
You heard him say a young girl. Jesus Lord. You heard him say there's something special about effing a young girl. He did not say a young lady or young women. You heard him say a young girl.
He was specific.
You heard him just like I heard him. And then he's talking about miles and doesn't have experience. So where he is in his predation is he wants a person who doesn't know what it really truly takes to be pleased. The person whose nether regions don't even fully get wet because they don't know. They're children. And let's continue.
She doesn't have a lot of experience. I remember this chick, she was 22, and she did not have a lot of sexual experience when we started messing around. And I pulled out my dick, and she was like, "You think that's going to fit?" So I knew that this girl had not had a lot of sexual experience. And
Christine, I'm real sorry to hear about that. You know, I'm really, really sorry. Like, there's loads of women who's been through a lot of stuff in the past, a lot of traumas. Um, I'm really sorry to hear, honestly. It must be real sickening. Um, some people need to talk to people. You need to talk to people. Hopefully, you've got some kind of something, you know, to help you through that particular situation as well. Because it's not the nicest thing for anybody to go through, to be honest. I actually found out there was another person, and she spoke about it online as well. Her experiences, but I don't even know whether I can even share her thing on here, being who she is. There is a lot of stories. There's a lot of stories. A lot of women who's gone through a lot of traumas. Some women has gone the other way, perhaps, but the way the lady explained it, she didn't. She didn't say that. Oh, you had professional help. Oh, that's good then. That's good. She said that wasn't why she went the other way. She explained it in such a she's very straightforward, this lady. So when she explained what she went through, because she was talking to Vegas, and when she explained it, it's not really nice at all. It's not nice. Even when she talks about, even Vegas have a history of stuff as well, which is what I came to find out from the same person, the same lady. But I don't know whether I can pull her up here because I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if I can do it because, like I said, YouTube's a funny place. But you know, I'm glad that you seek professional help because, like, sometimes when you need it, that's what helps you through. When you can differentiate, take away the sex from relationships, because some people put sex and relationship in the same bag. A relationship's a total different kettle of fish to the sex kind of thing, you know. And this is what I said: abused people go through. They can't, you know, separate from one from the other. So what this guy is doing, he's putting the wrong idea into the young girl's head as well as they will not be able to separate the two. I could tell you stories and I get what you're explaining in Vegas. Yes. Mm. Yeah, I heard some stuff because I never used to follow Vegas like that yet. So I think me and you know who we're talking about then, innit? Um, when she spoke about it, she was so upset. The first time she spoke about it, she wasn't upset. The second video, she explodes. You can hear the tears in her voice. And that's when I felt her. That's that video I wanted to show so badly. But like I said, YouTube is funny, right? YouTube is a funny place. So, yeah, if it is the same person we're thinking of, yes, 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 yes. I follow Vegas as well, funny enough. That's how I came across that video as well that I put up yesterday. And there is a counteraction to that video as well. Um, I was gonna put into the description, but I think it's something that people need to talk about because in the West Indies, a lot goes on in the West Indies. All right, in the West, a lot goes on, but in the West Indies, a lot goes on, a lot. So yeah,
There is something special about fucking a chick who doesn't have a lot of sexual experience. Because everything you do to her is fun. It's all brand new. And if you've got that type of appetite,
I'm sorry. It's fun for you. It's not fun for her. And it doesn't really seem like you really care. It's not fun for a young lady who doesn't know what it is that she likes. That's not fun because you're taking her body and using it for your pleasure. It's fun for you because she hasn't established her boundaries yet. And I know I keep stopping this video. So if there's anybody out there who has a problem with me stopping the video to give my commentary, this isn't the channel for you because this is a commentary channel and I'm stopping the video to talk about it because that's why we're here. We're not just here watching a movie at the theater and you want me to shut up. No, you're on my channel and we give commentary here. Period.
it can be insatiable. Like R. Kelly could have had the baddest adult chicks he wanted. But R. Kelly had that appetite. And this appetite could be the downfall of many, many men. Because, I'm not judging because I'm in a part of the kinky community. But R. Kelly's allowed his appetite to literally wreck his life. Because once you get into orchestrating a trafficking syndicate, what does this mean? R. Kelly was having other people find and vet girls for him. And that's when it got out of control. This is the reason that I never got caught because I never brought anyone.
looks. But R. Kelly also went directly to the schools and playgrounds and hangouts where the youngsters was. He went directly himself. He didn't have extra help. The only help he had was the parents thinking that how right they were doing something for the children, which is similar to Africa Mambata. It's absolutely it walks alongside African Mambata same way as well because the children was brought to him. Oh, that's good. That's good, Christina. That's good. That's good. Don't let no predator take your soul. Yeah, let's be strong. Yeah. Um. So. So. Um. Um. So what he's saying is shit. He's actually doing the same thing R. Kelly was doing to be to be I think he's doing the same thing. He's doing the same thing, going to the hangouts where the youngsters are. You know, when you see the old men hanging around youngsters, listen to the same music as youngsters, that mumble rap. And I mean, some people enjoy mumble rap, but when you're older, right, you can't identify with it. So when you are hanging around, you're dressing like them, you're looking like them, right? And I'm not saying that people don't look good for their ages and all that, but that's a short indication that you're looking for a what's my one more looking for a person, a child or whatever. So basically he's doing the same thing R. Kelly did basically. So there's no difference. No difference. He's worse because he's aware of what he's doing. Yes, he is. He's aware. And that's the worst type of predator. When the predator know who he is as well, that's the most dangerous one. Dangerous. This man's a danger to children on a whole. To children, um, young girls particularly. He should not be amongst the community at all. He is dangerous, very dangerous. Yep, sorry, the mic was off. Yeah, exactly. 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 He was hyped up, like, in with Aaliyah, like, which others have spoken about. That age is nothing but a number record. I don't even listen to that record no more because now I know what's it's attached to now. So I don't even listen to bump. I don't listen to none of his stuff. When I see in the recommendation on the YouTube, I I don't listen to them. I unrecommend it. I don't entertain R. Kelly. Even if the song comes into your head, I try and take it out of my head. Yes, he seeks victims, just like R. Kelly. It's very similar. Similar. No difference about his corner to appetite.
Else into my circus, so to speak.
This man must be stopped. He's telling you without telling you. He said the reason why I never got caught is because I never brought anybody else into my circus. He's telling you that he was doing things that he should have been caught for. He's telling you out loud. He's telling you. Listen to what he's saying. Because if the young lady is saying 16 is the age of consent in Georgia, what would you have been caught for? Then he also said her parents couldn't prosecute me. If she was 17, why would her parents be prosecuting you? You know what I'm saying? We have to realize that people talk and they also lie. And he's telling some lies in here to make this look better. And the worst part about it is he's like, yeah, a lot of men can get caught up because a lot of men have this appetite. So I need you all to pay attention. Don't get triggered. Listen to what it is that he's saying and just know that this is out there because there are sickos that are out there. And look his face. Look his face. You can walk down the street and see this person and not know that he's sick like this. You could see him and not know that he's sick, right? Let's continue going forward.
When I was doing it was just me and the girls. Never ever brought anyone else in the circus.
Me and the girls.
But here's my problem. He's being portrayed as a predator, right?
And this nigga's trying to make it seem like he's so high value and all this other stuff. He can't even say portrayed. He's being portrayed. This is like the third time he said it. And I'm like, God, first time I say nothing, but God, how many times you going to say portrayed? Ugh. And he is a predator. He is. I don't understand how this is a question at this point. People like this don't even bother to watch the trial to see what it is that he's done.
As a predator, right? Here's the thing. Remember when I started this video and I told you I had all these high school girls answering my Craigslist ads? Did I have a gun to their head? Did I ask them to reply to my ads? They were searching this out. So this is why I have a problem with the predator label because they were willing participants in the dynamic. I can tell you.
How are they willing participants when you are uh, grooming them on a constant basis, luring them? What's the next word? What's the next thing? You're luring them. You're grooming them. Then you're doing all sorts of stuff to them when they get there, right? These girls probably don't even talk. They probably feel so dirty after they left you. Why are you trying to make it sound so like, oh no, it's not me? Like, do you notice that these people always make themselves sound more like the victim when they are the ones who's doing the victimizing? Because you're victimizing. That's what you are doing. You're making them. I don't know, right? They're not able to grow up and develop and all this because you've already put certain things in their mind as well as their soul, their body, taken away the innocence on top of that, right? Then you try to style it out and oh no, but I'm not like this. And he's trying to make himself like he's in a victim situation. Oh no, I'm not a predator, I'm the victim. You're the predator.
I remember this one girl who answered my ad and she was 15 years old. 15 years old. We were talking and stuff. And I knew I was never going to meet this chick. I just talked to her and she sent me dirty pictures. She was running.
Victims he told her to send. I'm sure he said, "Oh gosh, you got to send me this type of picture and that type of picture and that type of picture." He seems like the type of man who would ask for those sort of things. Yeah, he's taken away their innocence. Exactly.
100 miles an hour.
I need somebody. Listen. Oh, you don't have to effing worry. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry because I don't just talk in front of a camera. But there's going to be some things that I'm going to do when this camera goes off. It is my neck is all. It is a crime to have photographs of a minor on you. If a minor sends you illicit photos, it is illegal. Don't you worry. 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 So you see, he was engaged in back and forth. So he was like, I knew that I would never meet her, but he was engaged in child pornography. He is admitting this. But the thing is that in his mind, he's so demented and so twisted and sick that he doesn't realize this. I need everybody on this broadcast right now to tag a person before this man takes his video down. And those of you out there who can type in FBI.gov on your browser, I need people. Let me get the link for this video. I need you all to do what you need to do to make sure that the streets are safe. I'm copying the link to his original video and I am pasting it on all platforms. He has admitted to several crimes. Those of you out there who are attorneys, and those of you out there who are prosecutors, and those of you out there who have contacts in the FBI, they need to see this and they need to hear this. This is not a joke. This is not a game. This is for real. I need to see people tagging people right now. Tag people. Share this video. When you have shared this video, I want you to type in shared in the comments. Once you have shared this video, share it on your Facebook page, share it in your WhatsApp group, share it somewhere because we need people to see. This man lives in the real world. He has dated people who have had daughters and children. We need this video. He only has 1,000 subscribers. This video only has 60,000 views. He is walking and pretending as if what he's doing is normal. Not only that, he is instructing men. Listen, I'm going to show you something real quick. Let me show you something real quick. Let me show you something. This is his page. The first video that he put up was about savages dating and a difference of image. That might have been a swipe at Kitten Heels. We don't know. Second video is this R. Kelly sympathizer video. The third one is Elvis Presley and R. Kelly did the same thing, but at different times why Elvis got off. So he's talking about why Elvis got off. Listen, this video right here that he put up. When a woman loves you, there's no such thing as no.
Like I said, this man is a dangerous one. He can be serial, the rape one, the R, the strong R. He can be the strong one, and he's also a serial predator. Okay, so he is the sickest. He is so sick to that extent he would instruct others how to do it. And you know, there's always a circle of them somewhere. They know each other, they correspond with each other, and all that. Yes, we do have to save our children from these people, but women also engage in this as well. So you can't leave women out as well. As much as they think it's just men doing this, women do this too. Women engage in this. Women bring people to these guys and help them along the way. From what I've seen and what I've researched on all over the net, women are selling children. Um, uh, I don't know. I can give lots of examples. There's a lots of examples. Put it that way. Unborn children being sold for phones and madness like that. They have a code between them. So what he's doing, but this one's been outwardly. This one's not hiding himself. You see, because normally they hide themselves. They're amongst the community and they hide themselves. This one, he's showing himself, but he is a predator.
There's no such thing as no. There's no such thing as no. I want you all to just listen, just pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. So let's continue going forward because this right here, listen, this is all right. So I see some people have shared, tagged, okay, reported it, shared, okay, all right, shared, okay. FBI.
He's very brazen, very brazen. You know, I'm always thinking, where's the men for these people? But um, like I said, women engage in it as well. But he's outward. He's feisty. He's brazen. He seems like he doesn't care. He doesn't care whether we see him or not. You know. So yeah, he's brazen.
Shared. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Text somebody the link to this video. Tell them that they need to watch this. They need to see this for themselves because if you had not heard it, you wouldn't believe it. All right. I see people have shared. Let's continue going forward. Let's continue. I'm sorry. This is disgusting. He's just admitted to a crime. He's just admitted to having child pornography on his phone and also receiving it. And apparently she sent more than one. So engaging in this back and forth. And so I guess she was just sending it. A 15-year-old, 14-year-old child just sending it just because. He didn't ask for it, right? Chris Hansen, the people on there, they never asked either. They were just showing up for some pizza, right?
Remember this one girl who answered my ad and she was 15 years old. 15 years old.
I think it's the ages for me. I think 15. 15. They're in college, school. They're young. They're young. Right? They literally have a baby face. When you look at a 15, 16-year-old, they have a baby face. They're still developing. They're still becoming into themselves. They're still trying to manage their bodies. They're still trying to, find their legs before they reach to the 20 gap. They're babies, basically. Like they're their baby face, their baby face children in puberty. That's what it is. So
we were talking and stuff, and I knew I was never going to meet this chick. I just talked to her, and she sent me dirty pictures. She was running 100 miles an hour in that direction, and I'm quite sure that she hooked up with some older man. You hear of girls who are 15, 16, 17-year old hooking up with 30, 40-year-old men.
It's not hooking
You know
up.
how common that is? Let me tell you something that happened. And it's kind of out there. I was running my ads, and I had this woman who was a mother. And she was like, "Are you a black bull?" And I was just like, "Yes, I am."
oh yeah, this part. Please hold on to your hold yourself. Put it this way, hold yourself. You see this part here? This is the part that got me, I think, because this is just crazy. This part here, this part. See, when I'm saying women take part in stuff, this part right here proves my point.
And she says, "I have two daughters, and I want to properly train them. I want you, and in the future, we may actually breed them." See, if you guys don't know, there's a whole, the sexual underground, shout out to Ron Wills. There's a whole sexual underground of white women who love having sex with black dudes. And they really love having sex with black dudes with big dicks. And once again, you will see. So and I was sitting there like, this can't be real. So she sends me photos of her daughters who are 16 and 17. And they're pretty frisky looking. So I play along. So I go to her house, and the mom was hot. And I have a conversation with her, and I was like, "So what do you want to do?" And she says, "It is the white woman's place to be the sexual fuck toy of the black man." And I was like, "Really?" And she said, "Yes." Then you know what I told this woman? She was about 40-ish, 45, 46, blonde, green-eyed, nice rack on her. And I said, "Bitch, get on your knees." And you know what she did? She got on her knees. And I took my dick out and I fucked her throat. And I was like, now this is what's funny. Her daughters were in the room.
Excuse me? Excuse
Let
Oh,
me
me?
say that again. Her daughters were in the room. So I fucked her throat. Then I told her to stand up and then strip butt naked. And then I fucked her on the sofa. And her daughters were on the sofa watching the.
you see that right there now, right? That is just crazy. That is just mind blowing, crazy. I don't even know. I would not want to be doing stuff in front of my children of that age. That's not good. That's abuse. The woman, she's abusing her children, literally abusing her daughters at this time. If this story is right, what he said, because you, why why would you engage in that? So, like I said, women take part in this as well, right? See, that just proved my point right there.
Whole thing.
What state was this in? Listen, what state was this in? Because I'm sure that there was some sort of lewd and lascivious. I need. Was he in? I don't know what state he was in, because I know in. Oh my goodness! Every state has their own laws. There's some apples that are coming in. I might as well take a break and read the apples because I'm blown right now. He's gonna try to pretend as if. Listen, a mother cannot. No parent can consent for an underage child. You can't. He okay. Can you? Oh, it's a whole lot. He okay. Can you confirm the ages? So basically, these children were abused by their mother. These children are. Dina sends $2 and says, "This is overwhelming. I'm sick to my stomach." So am I. So am I. I'm not.
I can't get to the other part, but anyway, we'll breathe. We'll go through. We'll go through. I mean, this is a rough. This is a very rough video. This here, my friends, is what is going on in the world at present. Whether we're seeing it or not, whether we know it or not, this is what's going on. This is what. Okay, Vegas. I'm gonna bring up his name again. This is what Vegas was. Example was. He was given an example of this yesterday in a kind of a way, but he was saying it in a different way. Okay, this is the example of what is going on, whether you see it or you don't see it, or you know it or you don't know. Okay,
Exactly sick to my stomach right now. My heart is just disheartened. My heart is disheartened. Okay, let's jump back into this video if you all are ready. Here we go.
And she was like, this is how you take that big black dick, girls. This is how you do it. And I'm just sitting there like, is this fucking real? So I'm fucking the mom. Then the mom's like, come over here. And she calls the girls' names. And then she's like, get on your knees. And then
Oh
she put my
gosh.
dick in her daughter's mouth.
This is unbelievable. This nigga,
I,
okay, can you confirm the ages? So basically these children were abused by their mother. These children are being abused and trafficked, pimped out by their mother, and he is a willing participant. You don't know how old these children were before you started participating in this. Hopefully, this is just some foolishness that he's saying on the internet, but there will be records of it. Listen. If there's somebody who has dated this man or knows this man in real life and you have reason for concern, please call your local Federal Bureau of Investigations, FBI.gov. They have the telephone number on there. You can also submit anonymous reports. You can send them the link to this video and you can let them know that there is a predator that is talking about his crimes and fantasizing, trying to create some community of people to also want to get down with these crimes. Let's continue.
she's like, get on your knees. And then she put my dick in her daughter's mouth. I mean, I almost nutted. It was like, because if you're kinky, this is like the epitome. This is the high level of kinkiness.
so there must be a whole group of these Nazis around the place, freaky as they call themselves. They're not freaky. You are a predator. You are a predator, and it's like he's living out his fantasies. Basically, that's what's going on.
And then she had the other daughter come over and suck my dick. And then essentially, I was fucking all three of them for about 5 or 6 years. I
What?
would go over, I would have the mom, and I would have them greet me butt ass naked. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about when people say predator. I'm like, I'm trying to give you guys the other side of the dynamic. I'm trying to give you.
I'm sorry. This man is a fool. So you would not be a predator if the mother is also abusing the children? You and the mother are both predators. I don't understand how he's not getting that. So because a child is being abused, neglected, and mistreated by a parent or both parents means that you're not a predator? Come on now.
The other side of what's out there. And I personally don't think these girls were victims. I don't think these girls were, I don't think R. Kelly's a predator. He has an appetite.
Oh my God, why are you going back to R. Kelly? Okay, we get it. You look up to him. Okay, all right. God, Jesus.
And I feel that he allowed his appetite to get in the way of his life. So he's guilty of having that appetite, but I don't think he's a predator, because when you go out and you get a young girl and you ask her to have sex and she does it without a gun to her head, like I this whole situation with the mom and the two daughters, I didn't have to do nothing except show up.
These children were minors. He doesn't understand. First of all, there's nobody that can say that R. Kelly is not a predator. We all saw him in a video with a child that was not developed and stated as being 13 years old. He's a predator. He's a predator. And the things that he has done has been predatory. So basically, this man is stating that if a minor engages in something that they cannot consent to, that no one had a gun to their head. So see, this is the sickness. This is why somebody needs to show them and teach them the law by arresting them and getting them locked up and taken off the streets, because a minor who is in your care, so you two were the adults in the room. We don't know how old these girls were. Even if she could have said that they were age, she could have told you the real age and you could be telling us some fake age. You two are the adults and they're minors in your care. And instead of protecting these girls, you feast on them and assault them and not understand that you're a predator. Unbelievable. Let's continue.
With a hard dick. That's all I had to do was just show up. And they would service me. I remember one Sunday, I fucked all three of them. I fucked the mom, I fucked the daughters. And the youngest one was really, really fucking tight. And their mom was like, yeah, we got to open up that pussy.
Trigger warning, everybody. Trigger. This is a trigger. This is a trigger. Okay. It gets worse by the minute. Okay. There's nothing this man thinks he's beyond whatever the heck he think he is, or whatever. He's their bloody black savior or something. I don't even know. It's just ridiculous. What I'm hearing. I mean, I've heard this video before, and I'm still like, wow. I'm still like, I still can't believe that he's on YouTube talking like this, because he did this on YouTube. Everybody, he did this on YouTube, big old YouTube, the one that likes to strike you for copyrights, strike you for whatever else. This man's on here doing this. Okay, he's so disgusting. It's unreal. It's so disgusting. It's churning, stomach churning. I don't even know. And the women who ever engage with this dude, I don't know what to say, because you're abused. Not only did you abuse the young girls, you make him abuse them on top of it. You are part of the abuse. Them children are gonna need serious help. They're gonna need help. At the end of the day, there's no other nice way to put it. They're gonna need help. You messed them up.
And I mean, I was just sitting there fucking her, and their mom's like, that. That's it. Take that dick. Take that dick. And in the beginning, both of the girls were virgins. I took their virginity. And the young one, in the beginning, it used to hurt her. And she was like, it hurts, Mom. It hurts. That's
What the hell are we listening to at this point? This is dumb. This man is dumb, and this sounds like something that was written for a bad website. This sounds stupid now at this point. So they were both. So this mother had these predations and decided to go on the internet, and this was the first time that they had done this with you, so that they were virgins when they met you, both of them, and you just so happened to take both of their virginities, and none of these girls had there was nothing off about this whole situation. This just sounds dumb. This sounds dumb. Next, he's gonna talk about cherry on his member. That there was some cherry blood on his. It just is just stupid. This is getting dumb at this point. This is dumb. Let's continue. This is dumb though.
Such a big dick. It hurts. And then after a few times and I loosened up that pussy, then she started getting into it. Then she turned, to this day, this girl is a bona fide black cock slut freak. Whoever she's fucking right now is very happy. Very, very happy.
That she was abused when she was a child, and now all of a sudden they're very happy. She's probably someplace in therapy right now, hating black men, and have turned to women. The fuck. This, do you see? And now he's like reenacting some sort of audible porn for the sickos that come to his site, to his page, to try to get their rocks off as he's talking. This just sounds so stupid. It's too big, mom. My virginity is, mama. Don't make me take it, mama. This is just sounding stupid. This is ridiculous.
So, once again, I don't believe R. Kelly's a predator.
I swear, if he says R. Kelly one more time, I'm gonna stamp on this laptop right now. I swear. I swear. He keeps bringing up R. Kelly like he's some great savior. Oh, like it's obvious that he looks up to R. Kelly. Hiya, River. Yes, he is a disgusting man. You're bloody right there. He is very disgusting, and he's not, and and there is men like this out a road just like him. There is men like this out there. You know, he is actually showing the faces of the men who think like this. We are actually hearing it in real time. You know, this is real because this is how some men think.
I think he has an appetite that got him in trouble because he could not control. Because here's the thing, and I forget the billionaire who was running sexual trafficking. I forget his name. I can see him. He was a blonde white guy. He had that same appetite. Now I fucked that young girl, 17-year-old, the mom and her daughters, and that was, you know, and there was a few more, but I did not look or hunt or subscribe to those young girls. My perfect age range was like 24 to about 34. That was where I operated quite a bit. But I'm here to tell you that, especially with the billionaire, these girls would go out and recruit girls, and they were adults. They were 100.
Did I not just say that? I said that. I said that. Girls, women will go and recruit them. Girls will go and recruit girls. You know, there's examples of this everywhere. Literally, there's so many even film references, newspapers, articles. It's everywhere. It's literally everywhere. And he's so stupid, he can't even remember Epstein's name, who is the notorious pedo of them all. Okay? Or nonce.
100% aware of what they're doing. They were like, I am going to get this girl so she can have sex with this old billionaire. She knew there was no gun to her head, and they were stuffing her palms with cash. How is she a victim?
So a minor who cannot consent because she gets paid, because she doesn't know or understand her worth or the law, and somebody traffics her and pimps her, It means that she's not a victim. I don't understand this. Like this guy, ignorance of the law is not an exception to the law, son. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Please, let's do another tagging spree. If you're just getting here, this video needs to be tagged and shared, and this video needs to get into the hands of those who need to see it. That's what I'm going to say.
How is he a predator? And this is one of the things that,
consent.
like, I could be considered a predator because.
Yeah, Christine just said the same thing. He's quite proud of how he is and he's bragging about it. He's bragging, like, yeah, I did this. Like, what the, and what the hell, basically. What the, I don't even know. Words escape me right now. All right, words escape me. To be honest, Tonya TKO has been quite nice with her words. Actually, she's like me, right? You know, like we're being quite nice with. She's quite colourful with her words, but I'm being quite nice with my words. You know, but he is very. He's bragging and he's proud of what he's done, and he's not afraid to say what he's done, and he's telling everybody else like yeah, this is the pointers, and I had this, and so he's sick. He's very sick in the head.
I've had a lot of sex with a lot of women. I could be considered a womanizer because I like slinging the dick. So, guys, R. Kelly, he went too far. He brought other people in. He had an organization. They probably got him for trafficking and all this other stuff. I never went nowhere near that level. I never had anyone go out and find girls for me. Never did that. I did all my own work. And this is one of the reasons I never got in trouble. I remember the mother and the two daughters. And one Saturday, I go over there, and the mother and the oldest one are out, and just the young one, right? So I'm talking to her and everything, and next thing you know, I take her titties out, start sucking on her titties and stuff, and I fuck her. And this is the first time I fucked her and she came. And it blew her mind. It blew her mind. So I understand R. Kelly on a deeper level.
What I'll say, if he mentions that goddamn man name, honestly, he just loves mentioning that man's name. He loves mentioning that name. He basically ravished that girl. He ravished her. That's what he did. He ravished her. She didn't have a chance, basically. She didn't have a chance at all.
And once again, did he commit these crimes? I would say, yes, he had sex with young women. I would say these young women were complicit. They were willing because he was R. Kelly. I'm here to tell you guys, it is not that hard for an older man to get a very young girl. It's not that hard at all. There are many girls out there who are looking for older men.
So this is what he's teaching. So he's teaching now. He's teaching. This is his channel trying to instruct other men on how to follow in his footsteps. A minor cannot consent. And in some places, the legal age of consent can be 16, but only for a person who is less than 4 years older than her. In some places, less than 2 years older than her. So it's like you can have the age of consent, and then there are stipulations on that consent depending on where it is that you are. And he's saying that R. Kelly's mistake is that he brought other people in. R. Kelly violated and assaulted a 13-year-old child. But that wasn't his mistake. Filming it wasn't his mistake. Hurting her wasn't the mistake, but bringing other people in to get other girls. So his Craigslist, listen, Craigslist is probably culpable. If this is the case, Craigslist is probably culpable.
Looking searching, hunting for older men. And they're 14, 15, 16. And they have no problem taking the dick from a 25, 35, or even a 45-year-old.
How do you know that a 14-year-old has no problem? How do you know this, sir? I'm telling you, listen, he's telling on himself. How do you know that a 14-year-old has no problem taking a grown man's there's so many words you can't say on YouTube anymore, but this video is for the dogs anyway now, because he's already said too much. How do you know a 14-year-old has no problem taking dick, sir? Listen. How do you know? I'm going to rewind that for those of you who didn't hear.
I'm here to tell you guys, it is not that hard for an older man to get a very young girl. It's not that hard at all. There are many girls out there who are looking for older men. Looking, searching, hunting for older men. And they're 14, 15, 16. And they have no problem taking the dick from a 20.
Listen, they don't be hunting nowhere. They don't be hunting. Hunting looking for who? They're on their way going to school, doing what they're doing, going college, where some right, that's what they're doing. Like Vega said, and I quote, when you see a child walking, well he said picnic, but it's a child. When you see a child walking to school, leave them, let them go to school. When you see them going doing what they leave them. You're hunting them, if anything, because they're just doing what children do. They go to school, they play, children have no control how they sit, all that stuff. Sometimes you have to tell a child, you need to sit this way, and all that. A child is a child. They have no concept of what's going on with the world, right? No concept. Even at 17, 18, whatever, they're still learning. They're still learning about this. So, like I said, themselves, their surrounding, everything. You went looking for them, okay?
25, 35, or even a 45-year-old man. None whatsoever. And part of this is if R. Kelly.
Sorry. I have a headache. I have a headache. I have a headache. I have a headache because he's saying that it's not hard to get young girls. He's not even using the word young woman anymore. He's telling on himself. He's talking about a 14-year-old, and he's saying that they have no problem taking dick from a 45-year-old man. But the sad part is that the 45-year-old man has no problem giving his dick to a child. That children cannot be safe around people like him. That this is bizarre. And he's talking to his brethren out there. He's talking to his brethren. And he's giving out the dog whistles for them to follow him so that they can get the instruction. Remember, he does ebooks and courses so that they can get the instruction on how they too can be able to violate a child. Find children to violate. And says this man is so off. Yeah, this is unbelievable, and he's saying it so freely.
Sorry, I'm trying to skip her apples, because you know how apples gets in between the video, and when she reads her apples. If you have been on Tonya Tko thing, while she's doing her video, she stops off a couple times and does her apples and whatever she's doing. And I don't want to really focus on the apples. I want to get on to the point, basically.
Carolee sends $1 and says, right, he's trying to relive the experience. Exactly. And trying to get these men aroused, thinking about it, describing the orifice and all this other stuff and the sounds and the words and what it was like. And it's just too much. Monica sends $1 and says, just for sharing. Pepper sends $1 and says, I'm 60 and still in therapy from a situation. Yeah, exactly. And he's trying to act like just because a mother, a sick, predatory mother, condones something. All of these people saying, oh, R. Kelly's victims' parents were in on it. That only means that the child was abused twice by the parents and by R. Kelly. That just means that all around the child was abused and had nobody that they could rely on because their own parents betrayed them. It doesn't make it okay. It actually makes it worse because this poor child couldn't depend on anyone, because the people that she grew to love and trust were the ones who participated in her getting hurt. So that doesn't make it any better. It doesn't. LaShandra sends $10 that says, so he paid them for sex, child sex trafficking. This video ain't going to be monetized, so the video is sponsored right now by the Cash Apps, because I know this is not going to get monetized on YouTube already. Fila says, I reported him to the FBI. This monster got to go. Thank you. Elizabeth sends 111 and says, report to 11 Alive News. ATL police will be involved. For those of you out there who are in Atlanta, report this to 11 Alive News. Go to their website and click on submit a story. Just click around. It should be down in the bottom part. Don't worry. There's contact information there if you got a lead or a story. Bree sends $3 and says, bet his course comes with blueprints to high schools. He's so silly. All right. LaShandra sends $1 and says, why else would they want a gross man? This is unbelievable. Thank you all for the apples and for sponsoring this video. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's get back into, I'm going to throw the hearts up after, but I didn't want to take the time to do all of that. I wanted to get right back into the video. So let's go forward, because we still have 10 minutes left of this video.
Kelly wasn't R. Kelly, I don't think none of this would have went down. I feel that R. Kelly pissed off the wrong person. I don't know what he did, but he pissed off the wrong person, and that launched this investigation. Because I saw this tape of R. Kelly pissing on this girl in 2000.
Yes.
It was like 2000, maybe 2002. I saw this tape. It was him. It was him. And he's had this appetite since Aaliyah.
What he's calling it an appetite,
and
but
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with older guys liking younger girls. Because at the time he was with Aaliyah, I think he was 21 and she was 16. 15. To me, that's not a really big difference.
This man is ridiculous. And you can't even say, well, if you had a daughter, you wouldn't have a problem with a 15-year-old who can, listen, she cannot consent. But a person like him would probably sell out his daughters too, because he's sick. Person like this, and I bet you he has children somewhere. I bet you. I bet you. Especially if he's having this much intercourse all over the place. He probably has children he doesn't even know about. This is sick.
But R. Kelly had that appetite. He had that
So
appetite.
just so you can hear that again.
It was like 2000, maybe 2002. I saw this tape. It was him. It was him. And he's had this appetite since Aaliyah. And I personally don't think there's anything wrong with older guys liking younger girls. Because at the time he was with Aaliyah, I think he was 21 and she was 16. To me, that's not a really...
I believe. Hold on. Let me. I'm not gonna let this fly because first of all, um, let's look up how old R. Kelly was at that time. How old was R. Kelly when he married Aaliyah? Let's take a look and see. All right, let's take a look and see how old she was. All right. Aaliyah was 15 and Kelly was 27. And so he's going to try to make it seem like, oh, she was 16 and he was 21, even though that is still a crime. She was 15 and he was 27. He was nearly a 30-year-old man. And this was a sophomore in high school. Come on. And then now he's going to try to soften it to talk about, and I mean, look, he looks sick. This person, she looks like a little girl next to him. She looks like a child. And here he is lounging in the background as she's there looking hurt and devastated. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. But all they care about is what it is that they're feeling, on the inside. It doesn't matter who they hurt and devastate along the way. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. So now he's trying to make it seem like, 16 and 21, you're a predator. You have a similar predation. He's trying to say appetite to soften it up, but we all know what this is. We all know what it is. We're going back to the video. I'm sorry that I stopped it. Let's continue.
Since Aaliyah. And I personally don't think there's anything wrong with older guys liking younger girls. Because at the time he was with Aaliyah, I think he was 21 and she was 16. To me, that's not a really big difference. But R. Kelly had that appetite. He had that appetite. And that appetite can ruin you. I have somewhat of an appetite, but I have limits. There's just certain things I'm not going to do. There's just certain boundaries I'm not going to cross. And essentially, I conducted my fuckery in the safe zone. I did stuff I knew I could get away with. I did not go out. Like, there was this one girl, and she was super cute. And then I did my research on her and saw her pictures of her with her mom and dad, which means her parents were very much involved in her life. And that right there would have been the danger zone, because this is how it happens. She comes over, we fuck, she goes home, her mom and dad press her. He's like, I fucked this old man. And next thing you know, mom and dad call the police. Police knocking at your door. That's how that goes down. So I never put.
So he is an out and out liar. I mean, we're all hearing the same thing, right? We're all hearing that he does his research on them before he gets with them to see what type of relationship she has with the parents. So he knew that this person that he claimed was 17, that he didn't know until after he looked up her Facebook page, and then, oh, she was there with high school students. Oh no, but then the crime had already been done, right? He researches before he gets with them, he says.
Myself in the crosshairs of the danger zone. Police knocking at your door. That's how that goes down. So I never put myself in the crosshairs of the danger zone. And it really wasn't in comparison to the number of women. It wasn't a lot. But I can tell you, young pussy can be fucking amazing. When you stick your dick in some pussy they ain't never had a dick in it before, woo! It's so tight, it's so warm, it's so snug. And I feel that the R. Kellys, and once again, this white billionaire, put his name in the comments because I know y'all gonna Google him. And I feel that as a man, you have to know what you can get away with and what you can do and what you can't. And once again, I feel that R. Kelly pissed someone off, because if R. Kelly was just Robert, the truck driver, it never, even if he did all of these things, he would have never went to jail. Never would have happened, because he was R. Kelly. There was something he did. There's someone in power he pissed off. And that's why, because the thing is, they went after him for years and years and years. They were after him like a dog on a bone. They were after him. And there was a reason they were after him, because what R. Kelly did happens every damn day. Right now, there's some old dude fucking a teenager. Right now. Right now. There is some old dude sliding the sausage up in some young pussy right now. This is how common it is. It is a common thing in America. And don't even talk about the rest of the world. Rest of the world, hands up, just let that go. But if I had allowed my appetite to get out of hand, I could have been in trouble. And I consciously knew what I was doing, and I got like this sixth sense, right? That lets me know when something's not cool is about to happen. And there was just certain chicks who would answer, and they were tasty, they were beautiful. They would send me photos of their titties and their pussy and all this other stuff. And I would just like, nope, not that one. That's the danger zone. That is the danger zone. That is the danger zone. That is the danger zone. And I never mess with those chicks. If a girl was young and she was halfway close to her parents, you could be looking at jail time, because what they're going to do, like when they're with you, they're going to fold, they're going to take the dick, they're going to do all this and stuff. And when mom and dad start putting the heat on them, they're going to fold like a cheap sheet. And they're like, and this
This is a lot. I'm going to play that part again for you all because you need to hear that he said that they're going to fold and have intercourse with you, which means that he's pressuring them. He said this. They're going to fold. Listen, let me, let me. Oh,
It is a common thing in America. And don't even talk about the rest of the world. Rest of the world, hands up, just let that go. But if I had allowed my appetite to get out of hand, I could have been in trouble. And I consciously knew what I was doing, and I consciously, I got like this sixth sense, right? That lets me know when something's not cool is about to happen. And there was just certain chicks who would answer, and they were tasty, they were beautiful. They would send me photos of their titties and their pussy and all this other stuff. And I would just like, nope, not that one. That's the danger zone. That is the danger zone. That is the danger zone. That is the danger zone. And I never mess with those chicks. If a girl was young and she was halfway close to her parents, you could be looking at jail time, because what they're going to do, like when they're with you.
Oh, sorry. I hope you heard me because the mic wasn't on. I was saying that he must threaten them and he must do them something. He must say something to them to make them fold, for them to do what they want him to do, to make them come back to him, to make them seem like a willing participant in whatever he's choosing to participate in. So it's he is really a danger to the community. He is a danger to the community. He needs to be taken off the streets. He needs to be taken off the streets. There are probably more men like him out there right now. There's probably a lot of men out there, men we don't even know, men walking all up and down, walking next door to us on the buses, on the trains. You don't know. So right, it's very, 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 you know, he must force them because he said he makes them fold. He makes them fold. Those was the words used, was it not? Until they fold.
They're gonna fold. They're gonna take the dick. They're gonna do all this and stuff. And when mom and dad start putting the heat on them, they're gonna fold like a cheap sheet. And they're like, and this.
this is a lot. I'm going to play that part again for you all because you need to hear that he said that they're going to fold and have intercourse with you, which means that he's pressuring them. He said this. They're going to fold. Listen, let me. Oh.
Even she has to take a breather after hearing all that. She has to take a breather after hearing all that, especially if she has gone through that herself. Alright? She has to take a breath. Literally. Anyways, I'm gonna let her play. I'm not gonna forward it anymore because I think I'll be missing parts out if I keep doing it. So we're just gonna sit through as she explains about her affirmation book or what she's advertising, okay?
All right. This portion of my video is sponsored by my book of affirmations, Self-Love. This is the book right here. It's available on Amazon. These affirmations are the most powerful affirmations I said when I was living in my car and things were so horrible. I didn't know how I would get out of the situation. My attitude had.
Yeah, she's more than traumatized. You see how quick she reached for that book? She is very much traumatized by what she's heard. Very much traumatized. I mean, I'm traumatized even listening to what he's saying, and I'm and I'm listening to it like for the second time. I think I've heard this now. This is the second time I've listened to it because when I heard the video the first time, I didn't listen again. I listened to it now. This is my second time.
Shifted. I was downtrodden. I was feeling broken and I didn't know how I would get out of it. And I started saying these affirmations and I was able to create the shift that I needed to be able to get out of my car in the lowest point in my life, and I didn't know how I would do it. If you need to be able to create a shift in your life, this book is key. It's $19.99, available on Amazon in the US. In the UK, it is temporarily sold out, but I'm in the process of sending more stock there. But get yourself a book. It's $20. It's a petite book that you can carry with you. It has only the most powerful affirmations in it. So make sure that you get yourself one, because there's a lot of people out there and there are a lot of situations that attempt to deteriorate your self-esteem, and you have got to rebuild it. You've got to rebuild your self-love, and that book is a powerful tool. So we can jump back into the video and then we'll read the apples in a moment, because this is just a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot.
This is what we did. And the next thing you know, mom and dad are calling
I'm going to play it again.
the danger zone. And I see and all this other stuff. And I was just like, nope, not that one. That's the danger zone. That is the danger zone. That is the danger zone. That is the danger zone. And I never mess with those chicks.
Yeah, not only does he go into details, right? It's like he's giving pointers, and it's really not good what he's doing as well. It's there's a whole lot going on in this video, to be honest, and yeah, it's I don't even know. It's just sad that there's men like this around the place. You know, these men that think like this and think it's normal. And, you know, he's even doing his research. I'm glad she's playing it twice. I love it. She's playing it twice. So we can hear his BS again.
If a girl was young and she was halfway close to her parents, you could be looking at jail time, because what they're gonna do, like when they're with you, they're gonna fold, they're gonna take the dick, they're gonna do all this and
Yeah.
stuff. And when mom and dad start putting the heat on them, they're gonna fold like a cheap sheet.
I just
And
want you
they're
to
like,
hear.
and
He
this is
said they're
what
going to fold and take the
we're gonna
dick.
do.
Listen.
Like when they're with you, they're gonna fold, they're gonna take the dick, they're gonna do all this and stuff. And when mom and dad start putting the heat on them, they're gonna fold like a cheap sheet. And they're like, and this is what we did. And the next thing you know, mom and dad are calling 911. Because some old man defiled their young daughter. Some old man put his mature penis up in her immature pussy. And we can't have that. We can't have that. So you cannot be messing with.
Why would they call 911 if it was legal? If they are of the legal age of consent, why would they call 911? But he knows what he's done. He knows what he's done. They're going to call 911.
When mom and dad start putting the heat on them, they're going to fold like a cheap sheet.
I'm sorry, I just
and
want you to
she was
hear.
halfway close to her parents,
Again,
you could be looking at jail time, because what they're going to do, like when they're with you, they're going to
jail
fold,
time?
they're going to take the dick, they're going to do all this and stuff. And when mom
Why would you be looking at jail time if it was legal and they could consent? You said 16 is the age of consent in Georgia, right? It's 16 or 17, I'm not really sure. But he says it's 16. Why would you be looking at jail time? Why? This is what he's saying because he knows that he's lying about these ages right now. He said young girls.
mom and dad start putting the heat on them, they're going to fold like a cheap sheet. And they're like, and this is what we did. And the next thing you know, mom and dad are calling 911. Because some old man defiled their young daughter.
And he looks disgusting
Some
too.
old man put his mature penis up in her immature pussy. And we can't have that. We can't have that. So you cannot be messing with girls who have intensive parental contact. You can't be messing with them. And I feel now, once again, there are so many girls out here, like these pimps. These girls are looking for a daddy, and these pimps serve as a daddy.
Wow, this is unbelievable. The captions are messing up, so I just have to restart them real quick. While we restart it, just take a breath and let me put I'm gonna put your comments up on the side so that you all can communicate with one another. What are your thoughts on what we've heard so far? There's only about 2 minutes left in this video. I'm not even going to be able to talk much more after the video is over because I'm stunned and disgusted myself. This is stunning and disgusting. What are your thoughts about what you've heard so far? This is too much. This is a lot. This is a whole lot. And the thing is that he is emboldened. He has created this channel to be able to teach other men how to do this. And he's telling them about how wonderful it is to be and defile a child. Because there's just something about that orifice being underdeveloped. This is just unbelievable. So for those of you who are just getting here, we are talking about Glendon Cameron, who created a new video trying to teach men about relationships and dating, and he's come out showing people that he's a predator, and it looks like he wants to give instructions, and he wants to give instructions to men on how they can be predators and get away with it, what to look for, how to post your ads, etc., what type of searches to do and what to look for when you're doing these searches, who would make a better prey, what to tell yourself to make yourself feel better about being a predator. These are all of the things that he's teaching. What type of verbiage that you can use for other people to know what you're talking about. Appetite. How to stop from getting caught. These are the things that he's talking about.
Daddy figure. This is like, I'm telling you, sometimes they'll get them hooked on drugs. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes a pimp just has to snap his fingers and this girl will do whatever he wants her to do because she's looking for daddy.
Because
she's looking for daddy.
Hurt and damaged.
So it really depends upon who you are and how you look at this. But I personally don't think R. Kelly's a predator. I feel that he has a voracious appetite. He has a certain type. It is illegal. It's underage. And he allowed that appetite to literally ruin his life because I guarantee you, R. Kelly knows who's after him. And once he figured out that someone was after him, he should have hit the chill pill, but he didn't. He kept going, he kept going, he kept going, and they kept after him, and they kept after him, and now he's going to jail. So I could have been a predator.
You are a predator.
Energy, same appetite, except I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody. That's why I was able to do this stuff and get away with it, because I'm a nobody. But if I was an R. Kelly or this billionaire dude, or if I was someone like that, You best believe they would have been on my ass. How dare you be rich, famous, handsome, and be fucking young pussy? How dare you? How dare you do what I want to do, but I can't do because I'm not in your position? How dare you? So, guys, I'm getting ready to do some more training. I'm getting ready to be more active on this channel. So be looking out for that. Hopefully you enjoyed this expose.
So you see, he's getting ready to do videos for people. Let me just, I'm going to brighten this so that you can see his face, okay? Because I want you to be able to see him. I want you to be able to see him. I want you to see his face. Let me just duplicate this. Um, because I want you to see what he looks like. Okay? I want you to be able to see his face clearly because he's hiding in the lurches. But no, they don't know. I got the ability to alter that. Let's get this. Let's get this. Let's get this brighter so that you can see his face. There's his face. Do you see him? You see his face, right? That's his face. I want you to just take a good look at him. So this is what he looks like. For those of you who are wondering, this is what his face looks like since he was hiding in the shadows. I just wanted to make his face more clear for you. Okay? And let me make him larger so that you can see him well in case you've come into contact with this man in Georgia or any other state, right? His name is Glendon Cameron. He looks about 50 years old. He has 3 YouTube channels. He was teaching men how to make money. Then he decided that he would come out to try to teach men how to get young girls. And now he's telling them. He's telling you that he's going to be giving these lessons.
An R. Kelly or this billionaire dude, or if I was someone like that, you best believe they would have been on my ass. How dare you be rich, famous, handsome, and be fucking young pussy? How dare you? How dare you?
You know, you see how he references it as effing young pussy, right? He's not talking about relationships or taking care of them.
Apparently, this video um, he got taken down. Apparently, I'm not sure for sure. I don't think the videos are up there still. I think he got taken down. I don't know whether they got the man himself. I mean, if they got this man, he needs to be in prison right now, really. So yes, YouTube did allow videos like this, and it's interesting. They allow videos like this, but you get a simple copyright just for a little bit of music. You know, um, it's quite disgusting, to be honest.
People, it's like he's not talking about doing anything but using them for his sexual gratification. Effing young, it's like they're not even human beings. They're just young pussy. They're not human to him. They're just something to be on his phallus, and he's making a joke about this.
Do what I want to do, but I can't do because I'm not in your position. How dare you?
And yeah, he no, he's jealous of the men as well. You know, you hear it in his voice. How dare you? How dare you be better looking than me? How dare you have lots of money? How dare you have all the girls around you? He's jealous of the man. He's jealous.
So, guys, I'm getting ready to do some more training. I'm getting ready to be more active on this channel, so be looking out for that. Hopefully you enjoyed this expose. Shout out to Rom Wills. Shout out to Alan Roger Curry. Those dudes know me very well. So that's all I got for you guys.
Rom Wills and Alan. Let's see. Who are these people that know him very well?
Shout out to Alan Roger Curry. Those dudes know me very well.
Alan Roger
Training.
Curry. Write these down.
I'm getting ready to
Alan
be
Roger
more
Curry.
active on this channel, so be looking out for that. Hopefully you enjoyed this expose. Shout out to Rom Wills. Shout out to Alan Roger Curry. Those dudes know me very well. So that's all.
Who would want to associate with this? He's letting people know. He's letting people know. He's letting people know that his crew. He's letting people know his crew. That's his face right there. He thinks this is cute. He thinks it's funny. I'm sorry, it's hard to celebrate, but we're gonna go to the apples. It's just unbelievable. Ariel says, permission to attack our girls. I'm 38. HOT. I don't understand. Rakaya sends 5 and says, F monetization, we need this info. Exactly. Waltina sends $3 and says, for being a voice for the voiceless. Thank you, Waltina. Paige sends $1 and says, I reported him to the FBI 3 days ago. Absolutely. And then Waltina comes back and says, I reported ese puerco a the FBI. All right, so she reported him to the FBI as well. Renee sends $1 and says, he's a gross-looking, greasy, and very sick liar. Yeah, there's something going on with him. Sonia sends $1 and says, they don't protect innocence, they prey on it. That's the thing right there. That's the thing. Omelia sends $5 and says, why isn't the manosphere holding him accountable? Listen, the manosphere, yeah. They might be the ones watching his videos, trying to see where they could get in, where they fit in. Audrey sends $5 and says, black women will have to hold him accountable. Men won't. Oh, it's like you all were in line because the person before you was asking about accountability as well. Khadijah sends $3 and says, off topic, can you have a dark skin model your makeup? That's great. That's great. Let me give you that's great. Khadijah sends $2 and says, I will buy, but I need to ensure it fits me. Well, there's so many different colors in there for so many different people. So that's why we're selling it as a pack. So L sends $1 and says, that Chris, the Gov character, is defending this mess. Are you serious? There's somebody defending him saying this stuff? L sends $1 and says, oh, that's the one we just read. All right. Melanie sends $5 and says, I got away with it. Wow. Shaking my head. Absolutely. Digital Market and Brand sends $1 and says, the Pedo Manifesto. Exactly. Lakeisha sends $5 and says, he had the gumption to make a response video. Are you serious? The thing about it is that this guy is still making videos. He did a video after this one talking about when a woman loves you, there's no such thing as no. You know what? We could click on that and see what he's saying in that video. Angel sends $5 and says, subconsciously he knows what he's doing is wrong. Absolutely. Does he, though? I guess he does if he knows that he could get arrested for it. LaShandra sends $1 and says, send pic of Alan Roger Curry in email. Oh, you sent a pic. I don't know who was Alan Roger Curry? Is that the person that he said that he was giving a shout out to? And Rom Wills or something like that?
How dare you?
This guy is ridiculous.
Hopefully you enjoyed this expose. Shout out to Ron Wills. Shout out to Alan Roger Curry. Those dudes know me very well.
Listen, he's saying their names, but are they going to claim him? Let's take a look at his video. You know what we can do? We can look at some of the comments under this. So let's see. Oh, we still got the I got to take the filter off because it's all brightened up now. Give me 1 second. Okay. So 23 hours ago, Maria says, so basically you chose to mess around with vulnerable girls who were unprotected by families and guardians. If there was ever an I'm dangerous to the community, I'm a danger to the community video. If only all predators were stupid enough to report themselves. Okay, so there's a lot of people reporting on this madness. This madness. There's a lot of people reporting on this. Let's go to his video. Let's go to his All right. Let's go to his other video and see what he's talking about in this video. Oh, let's see. Let's go to his page. When a woman loves you, there's no such thing as no.
What's going on, gentlemen? Today we're going to have a conversation about when a woman loves you or a woman is highly attracted to you. When a woman loves you, there is no such thing as no. I'm about to tell you a tale of a situation that I used to have.
Let me just fast forward through this.
For your husband. She's like, because I really don't like him. This is what she told me.
Hold on. Let's see.
How come you don't have sex with your husband? She's like, because I really don't like him. This is what she told me.
Let's just fast forwarding through the video.
Well, she was married, but she was separated because
you see him out. I don't know. You can't see it. He's out there by the dumpster making a video. That's how trash. He's by the dumpster creating his video in the rain because he can't talk about this video wherever it is that he supposedly lives and whoever it is that he lives with who probably doesn't know that he has a hankering for children. I'm going to look at the comments on this one. All right. The comments. And when a man loves you, there's no such thing as no. True, but this video should also teach men to level up their skills in the sexual skills. I need that ad, Uncle G. Love, or some women just not strong enough to leave. Some women are just different. Shocked by the amount of stupidity. She was just bored. You were entertainment for her. Bro, who does that, fam? Good guys always finish last. Pimps are the best at frame control. Recommend the book by Iceberg. Just going on. Salute, General. Wow. That pic looks like a cross between Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. So I guess the picture that he's using on his page is unbelievable. So he's giving out these video lessons. I hope you got that woman's permission to tell this story and put her face to it. This is good stuff right here. Can't be said any better. This black man is going crazy. This is unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. This was a lot here today. Listen. This was a lot. Listen, I don't even know what to say. This is a lot. Ugh. This is a lot. This is a lot. I'm sorry. This is just a lot. Listen, I don't even know what to say. This guy is sick. I said everything that I needed to say during the video. Um, Continue to maintain strong relationships with your children, both male and female, and the men that you date. Ask questions, listen to your spirit, listen to your intuition, pay attention to anything that's coming up, even if you don't have a reason. Even if you don't have a reason for feeling a certain way, like a concrete reason, as long as your spirit is telling you something is off, listen to it. Listen to it, because there's a lot of sickos out there, and this man is sick. This man is sick. This portion of the video is sponsored by the Total Knockout Vegan Makeup Pack, which is the makeup that I am currently wearing right now on set. This is the complete face made by the Vegan Makeup Collection that is going to be available for sale this winter. And so everything inside of the pack is vegan, is amazing. This is the artwork for it right there, and it's going to be available. YouTube allows a sicko like him to speak. Vet your dates and don't be so trusting. Have a close relationship with your kids. Heart, heart, heart. Karma is coming to him. These are the self-love lessons. Continue to post your self-love lessons. All right. Castrate and feed them to him. Some mountain oysters. Teach your children they are priceless. Another snip, snip, snip. He has a huge following too. That is what he's promoting. Keep these nakers away from your children, especially if they are his. He will never love your children better than you, or if they aren't his. Lorena Bobbitt. Clout chasing with his deprived ASS. Learned to read the red flags. What red flags do you think a person like this would show up? Because if you met him, and you met him as a grown man, what red flags do you think you could look for that would let you know that something is off about him? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Check your moral compass. Talk to your daughters. Listen to them. Quit smoking weed around kids. What weed got to do with anything? I remember I went out on a date with this guy who was a teacher. This was many years ago. And he was talking about how, you know, this 13-year-old, like some of the kids would come to him after class, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, this 13-year-old girl, and this 13-year-old girl was, needed some help with something, or the boys liked her. And he was like, yeah, I gotta admit she was hot. And I never saw him again. I was like, anybody who could say a 13-year-old child is hot.
Yeah. Yep. Even that bit at the end, what she talks about, where she talks about her going out with somebody, and he says a 13-year-old is hot. They are out there. These men are out there. This one is spoken out, and he's put it on video. I think, like I said, I think his video is come off. I don't think it's on YouTube no right now. The channel, I think his channel's gone. I'm not sure anyway, but don't quote me on it. He said a lot there. He said a whole lot. He said a whole lot. I don't even know. Um, I can't. I'm not going to add on to what Tonya said. I'm not going to take away what she said, because I think me and her is thinking the same. I think we're all thinking the same actually, because even the chat has been saying the same thing. He picks vulnerable girls. He abuses with big women, and he's obviously bragging. He does classes on this. This is a danger. This right here is a danger right here, right now. And like I said, there's some men who's out there who's like him as well. And you have to be alert nowadays. I mean, we can't be sit back like our parents. You know, we gotta be alert. We gotta watch for the signs. We gotta not or um, you know, I'm not saying every man's like this, but this is why women protect themselves a lot when they got children, because you don't want none of that to happen to your child. You don't want to be away from your child and something happens. You don't want to, it's too much. It's honestly too much. Um, you know what this also brings to mind as well? This is similar to that girl who got married to that guy, the 55-year-old man. Is very similar and different at the same time, because he groomed that girl. I don't care what anybody say. He groomed that girl, you know, and fair enough. She's like people saying that she was fast and all this stuff. To be honest, yes, you can say all that, but when you've been abused, like I said in the previous videos, it can go one of two ways. You can either be more promiscuous, you can be more inner yourself, you can be more you're not sure of relationships, you can't tell the difference. Um, there is a lot of points. I can't even list half of them right now. I need to write half of them down. But from what I know from experience myself, personal experience, you obviously cannot separate the two. You can't separate the sex from the relationship. You do sometimes be a little more promiscuous than normal in some cases, and it takes a while to get over it. It really does. It takes a long time, and you have to get a good man in your life who can help you break that cycle as well, because there are men who do actually help in the healing process. They actually can show you what a real relationship is. They are those type of men are very hard to find. Okay. And especially when you open up to them and you tell them what happened to you, some of them can take it one way or the other, it can go any which way, because the men can either use it for their own ends, or some of them, they will make you better. They will show you another way. They'll show you another way for sure. And I don't want to waffle a lot. I don't know if anybody wants to come up. I don't know, and talk about this situation. If not, it's fine. You don't have to come up. Um, I'll put the link in the chat. Let me put the link in the chat and see. You know. So it can go one or two ways. So to the survivors, the ones who's come out of all of that, which is the 40 pluses, the 40s upwards, downwards, however, is being through abuses, right? You've come out, you've made it. You've made it. But now we have to worry about the next generation coming up now, because they have to learn as well, you know, not to take anything from nobody. When they say that, what's it? I'm your mum's friend. That's another one they use. I'm your mum's friend. You know, you and you. What's it? I am your mum's friend. I can't even talk right now. I can't talk. It's too much. It's too much. I think I'm with River. I need to burn sage or something. It's just too much. That was just too much. For second time hearing that, um, it's like, you know, I don't know. I can't talk right now. I really can't. I'm gonna come off. To be honest, I would have said come up and talk, but it's a lot to take in, and I probably might have to sit down and listen to that same video again because he says a lot of red flags there that we can pick up that we should know as parents. Yeah, you have to talk to your child, know where they're going, whatever. Be overprotective. A girl who has been abused will flex between a lady and being promiscuous. Yeah, exactly. That is the thing. But don't forget that long time ago, the the community used to look down on certain girls. Oh, they're too fast. Oh, this. Oh, that. When a girl is touched from young, right? It could be from very, very young, and it continues and continues and continues. It can be very devastating for the girl. Yeah. Um, there's all types of different abuses as well. There's all types. Um, like I said, women can also participate in it too. And they'll pretend like they don't know. Oh no, but I didn't know. The family knows there's a weirdo in the family, and they never do nothing about it. They just accept the person. It's just normal, and you're just like, wow. So families have a lot to do with it too, because they also enable him too, as well. And then they say that they didn't know. Oh, I didn't know. Or even if they did know, they pretend like they don't know. Okay, so like I said, this is one of them subjects which the community needs to really talk about a lot. See, because also what happened with those two girls in Jamaica is also a good example of that, because that can happen over here, or probably has happened over here. And yes, they push it underneath the carpet. And the reason why this subject is very close to me, I will say. That's why I cover it. But I didn't want to make the whole channel about it. But I mean, I like to do different things too. But this subject right here, it seems like it's the time for certain truths to come out. And I think this is what's happening right now. Tonya Stevens talking out. Um, I think there's been others that's been talking out. Um, I don't know. Words escape me right now. But, abusers, they have no heart. They will sit in your face and smile in your face. All right. And it'll just be normal to them. And you, the child growing up, become an adult and you see this and you're just like, can't believe it. You can't believe what's going on. You really can't. You can't. It just blows your mind, honestly. It's just like, wow. You're just, you know, like I said, words escape me right now. Normally on videos, I have a lot to say when it's commentary like this. Right now, I am very speechless. And this man is very bold. Not only is he brazen, he's bold. And I do hope that people shared his, have reported him, told people about this video, because you need to tell people about this video. It has to be covered, Ocean. Thank you for having. Yeah, long time ago when I spoke out, people was telling me, "Oh yeah, oh you're looking for sympathy, blah blah blah, de la la blah blah blah." Right? I've even met a few people that were and they talk about it that has spoken before I even thought about putting this on channel ages ago. People don't talk about a lot of things. They don't. They really, 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 really don't. You know, unless you're in what they call a safe setting, and even when you think you're in a safe setting, you're not. So people find it hard to talk about these things. Um, so people who are brave to go set up organizations, like I said, over in UK, there's a lady called Tamara, and she runs this organization called the Lioness Circle. She was in a Full of Roses. She was at a Full of Roses event as well, you know. And when you see people like that, even Tamara's story is deep, you know. She was younger when it happened to her, you know, and you're just like, wow. It just seems like, I mean, people talk about generational curses and all this stuff. I think it's a little more deeper than that because the men has no scrupulence. They have none. Oh, see, look, it's that time. Yes, yes. As you can see, I have to come off. I've been summoned. Yeah. So, with that said, I'm gonna come off. Um, please like and comment. This is not a one of those videos. Like if it reaches as far as I want it to reach, and people see this video, and other people will be warned by this person in this video needs to be circulated. Also, the video that I put on Tonya Tko, also make sure that same video gets circulated on her end too, because you know it needs to be heard. It needs to be heard. Right, this needs to be put out world far, far, far. Okay, I know it goes by the likes and all that stuff. I mean, like, yeah, do the likes and all that stuff. Get it going where it's got to go. Yeah. And with that said, I'm gonna come off as well until next video. So thank you for joining. Those in the chat, those who are listening. We are going to be hearing more about these stories coming out. We're going to be seeing more of these people coming out of the woodwork. We're going to be seeing more. Okay. So, ladies, be strong. Men, be strong, because I know men get abused as well. Boys get abused. Men get abused. With that said, I'm going to come off. Have a good night, a good morning, and until next video, peace.